I got a tripod. I got a tripod. It's a tiny one, but it's worth it. Totally worth it. And I also realized that my screen protector was partially covering the lens, hence the fuzziness. Because I was looking back and I thought, this makes no sense. I've got a Droid. Yes, I am Team Droid, so, take that how you will. But we are the superiors. Anyway, yeah, I was looking back and I was like, why is it so fuzzy? It was because my screen protector had slid over a little bit. Sorry, y'all. I already feel so proud of myself because I am following through and I'm making another video. After this, I'm gonna get up, do a little bit, and then sit down and do my schoolwork. But I made y'all like a list of stuff that I want to go through. It looks like a lot only because I take copious notes all the time, but it's really not. So let me go ahead and go over the first part, which I told you I was going to go over, which was how everything has affected my summer schedule and my fitness and diet goals, and then go from there. So, like I said, this summer has been crazy. I was doing pretty well up until I started school. Sorry, that was my toilet running. I was doing really well for the most part up until school started, and then, of course, everything has really gone out the window, unfortunately. By saying that, I mean that I will stick to my schedule, I'll stick to my diet for a couple of days, and then I'll fall off, and then I get stressed out, and then it just becomes a vicious cycle of me falling off the wagon and getting back on. And that is probably the number one thing that I cannot stand the most about my new reality, is that I really, really struggle with consistency. I did not have this issue as the old me, so that's pretty discouraging. But so that's kind of where everything is with that. Fitness wise, I am getting stronger. In one video, I'm just going to take the time to just show you my gains and all of that. I don't know if you can see you can kind of see it, the definition. Okay, it's coming through, especially in my chest. Like, so for the way my body works, my upper torso, or excuse me, my chest up, it's always going to, definition is always going to come through faster, and is going to develop at a more accelerated pace than everything else. I would say it's my chest and arms, followed by my legs, and then my stomach. It wasn't like that before, but then again, I don't think I had fully gone through all of puberty, or developing. But your body also goes through different phases, metabolic phases and things like that. And I think I was just entering the second phase of going from adolescence to adulthood as far as developing wise, when I had that accident. So it's been a lot of trying to pull out what is just the new phase of things and what was a result of the accident. So that has been a big issue for me personally. I'm a creature of habit, and I like to do the same thing at the same time, especially when I know I have a goal, and it's just been difficult. The other thing is that I don't have the luxury of having a very flexible schedule right now. I was seeing a lot of results when I was in graduate school, but then again, I was only in school. So I could get up in the morning and work out for 2 hours, or I could, work out and there was times that I would work out for 3 hours and, be in there with like the last 2 or 3 students in the university gym and shut it down. And I would go home and I'd have time to meal prep and things like that. And now it's different. You cannot just having a set schedule, having to not clock in, but you know what I mean. Having to go to work at a certain time, Monday through Friday, having set schedules of everything, it does not afford you a lot of flexibility that you otherwise would have. And that's why I tell these kids that are out here in college, blah, 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 that is the best time of your life. If not just for the friends and the experiences, for the flexibility. I don't want to hear it. Okay? It's one of the best times of your life. And that's coming from someone who really could do nothing but study. That's a whole nother topic. I didn't pledge anything. I wasn't a part of really any activities. I studied all the time. I really only was able to do what was required for the program. I never even went to a homecoming in undergrad or graduate school. You know, I was one of those balls to the wall students. You know, sorry for the abrasive, if you will, analogy, but I was, and I still enjoyed it to an extent. But yeah, so the flexibility is probably one of my biggest issues. It's just difficult for me. That's all. And I'm also one of those people, I think I said that I think I said this when I first came back to the scene, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, that my personality is more of a wanderlust sort of spirit. I don't like this whole traditional clock-in thing. You know, I do it because it's what I have to do. That's what everybody has to do, right? But some people actually really do thrive off of, a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever, set schedule and things like that. And you know what? Hey, praise God, but it's just not my thing, I like schedules. I do like consistency, but I think I like consistency with the expectation of more. That didn't make any sense. Let me try that again. I like schedules. Oh, okay. I like schedules that complement me. Okay. If I have clients and we're going to see each other for 2 hours every day, 5 or 6 days a week, I like that because, again, I'm a creature of habit. I like to know what I'm doing at certain times, but I want that schedule to be flexible and complement what I need to do. Does that make sense? So, for example, I'm not a morning person. I'm just not. I never have been, and I never will be. The quickest way to get me upset in the morning is for you to turn on a bright light and for you to blare music. Both of those things, I will be angry for the rest of the day. Don't do it. I don't like it. I'm not a morning person. So if my schedule, which is the schedule that I have now, starts early in the morning, I'm going to struggle. But if it were to start later in the day, then yeah, I would enjoy it more. It's just the way that I work. So because of all that, I've struggled with being able to stick to my fitness because I have to do it in the beginning of the day. 1, because it's incredibly hot, and 2, because once I'm done, energy-wise. Mentally, I only reserve enough to get through. Only reserve enough, or the majority of my energy, so like 90 to 95% of my energy for when my work day is done, which is typically about 5:30. My regular full-time job, that is. Once that's done, most of my energy is gone. So I do not like to work out in the evening, but because of that, that also means that I have to get up even earlier, which is a struggle. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with diet. I contrary to what most people probably think, I really like to cook. I really enjoy it, but I don't have the time. I can cook. But I do a lot of quick cooking, meaning like I throw things on a pan. You know, I line a pan with aluminum foil. I throw that stuff on the pan. I stick it in the oven and I let it cook. You know, I use a George Foreman grill. Shout out to my mom who gave me a George Foreman the past Christmas. It's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know why I didn't get one before now. Quick stuff, you know, I use a rice cooker. Things that I don't have to sit over the stove and do, you know, like the type of cooking that we were used to seeing our moms or our caretakers do growing up, or our grandparents. Yeah, that stuff, it's out the door. I wish I could, but I just don't have the time. Where am I going to find the time? You know, when I can, or I have a day off, or, you know, whatever, yeah, I'll go in there and cook a little something, you know, a little something. But every day, no. It's just not gonna happen. Again, I know my limitations. It's either have a beautiful plate of food every night, or being able to get up in the morning to go to the job that affords you to get the food, to prepare the food. You know what I mean? So it's like a catch-22. I still eat well in general. When I stress eat. And when I stress eat, I typically stress eat sweets, which is why I'm behind in my weight loss journey, because I will crave things that I don't typically eat, like banana split. So Brewster's ice cream is a nightmare for me. I don't typically do it, but I would say maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago, there was almost an entire week where, well, I'd say like 3 days out of the entire week, which is a lot for me, I had an entire banana split, y'all. A banana split there is 1,000 calories, or I think it's 1,080 calories. That's a lot of calories, you know what I mean? But I stress eat. And it can just be completely out of control. That can be stress. It starts off as stress, and then it turns into anxiety, because I know that I'm eating way more calories than I can burn off that day or in the next couple of days, and then it turns into depression. It's just a mad, vicious cycle. But I'm trying. I'm doing better. And I'm going to use this platform to encourage myself and use it as a means of accountability. There we go. That's the word I was trying to look for. So that's kind of where we are with that. So I'm going to switch subjects, and I'm going to try to do all of this in the next 10 minutes, because I said I wanted to stick between 20 to 25 minutes. I was on the way home, and I was going through my radio because I was letting my phone charge. So I didn't want to use a Bluetooth to drain the battery. And there was a song that had come on. I had never heard it before, and I stopped the dial, and I was listening, and it just put me in a place where I was just beyond exhausted. And I'm gonna read the lyrics to you. Now, whenever I do this, it means parentheses. This is what they're saying in parentheses, okay? I'm not going to say the name of the song or the name, but I'm sure y'all will probably know it, I guess, if you listen to hip-hop or, you know, whatever. But it's on the radio, so I'm sure you probably know. So, it said, and don't laugh, or do laugh, you know, whatever, but, you know, anyway, okay, here we go. So it says, nasty but classy, ow. Birkin bag me. Spend a couple thousands on my blanks and my blank cheeks. Period. Get my teeth done. Ha ha. Cash at me. Sneak dissing on the gram. Sneak dissing on the gram? Like you're dissing somebody's sneakers? I don't know. Sneak dissing on the gram, B. At me. Where are my bad bees looking for an athlete? And that's bad grammar. It should be an athlete whenever you're following up with something that is either it starts with a vowel or sounds like a vowel, like N. Don't say N. N. Does that make sense? Okay, so so I'm just gonna correct it. Where are my bad bees looking for an athlete? where they at? Bad grammar. Fashion Nova dress and ain't wearing no panties. No. Dope boy scam N-word. Where they at? Where they at? I just seen 100 bottles coming from the back. I don't, okay, so it's I''ON, basically I don't work jobs, I am a job, period, I guess that's what it is. You don't like it? Take a hike. Pay me for a, yikes, pay me for a blank and blank. B, I'm a rich B with an attitude. Ha ha. Pipe it down for I whoop you like your mama do. Period. I don't work jobs, B. I am a job. Period. You don't like it? Take a hike. Pay me for a blank and blank. B. I'm a rich B with an attitude. I think that's some. Pipe it down for I whoop you like your mama do. JT. Period. Then it says, this blank, talk to him. What's up? Make him give it up. Cash. It make him back. It make him back? Like, it makes him back up? I don't know. Then spin racks on that lamb truck. Skirt. It literally says skirt. SKRRT. Yeah. I ain't got no time for no ends. I don't. I make him hold up. Wait. When I walk past these H's mad, they nose up. What you mad for? Got an N-word from Cuba. Got more work than a tutor. Hey, papi. P wet. I would have blanked that. I was reading too fast. Sorry. Make him dive like a scuba. This is embarrassing. Off days, I rock Frank. Oh, wait, no. Off days, I rock Frank Mueller. I meant to look that up beforehand, but whatever. Who fueled that? Fueled ya. Gassed you up. I don't work jobs, B. I work B's. Got them on the gram, fake profile, stalking my pictures. Period. And then it says like the same thing. I don't work jobs. I am a job. You don't like it? Take a hike. Pay me for a blank and blank. I'm a rich B with an attitude. Pipe it down for I whoop you. I work jobs. You don't like it? You know, it's the loop. Okay, so that song came on and I just immediately got tired. Like, do y'all ever, and this is where I have my notes so I don't forget anything. Do y'all ever just get tired of just this whole chasing the bag culture? Like, is it just me? Does it not bother y'all? And when I say bother you, does it not just become mentally exhausting that everything that is around us points to just having stuff and chasing coins and all this stuff? Now, I'm not saying that wanting nice things is bad, but it is so far past that. It makes no sense. So I think that's one of the reasons, partially, why social injustice and other atrocities that's been going on, that's been thrown into our face, hasn't gotten any better, because at the end of the day, everybody is just, and I just say this collectively because I know a lot of people don't, but I mean just collectively, a lot of people are just all about the money. All they want is what they see on social media platforms, through filters, through commercials, all this stuff, and it's like, is it just me? And am I the only one? I have a friend that, says often, like, I'm just ready to be famous. I'm just ready, like, where's my man with the bag or something like that. And I love her to death. I know partially she's kidding, but she wants that lifestyle, which I don't see anything necessarily wrong with it. But I mean, for me personally, I don't know, that song hit differently for me because I was also in not not an argument, but there was a little bit of tension between me and a friend earlier today, somewhat about this stuff, and I think maybe that's why, because it's been on my heart. So yeah, so I'm not saying that I'm not saying that wanting nice things is necessarily a bad thing, but when that's all a whole society or an entire generation, or country strives for, that's a problem. And I'm not blaming this on the US, because it's everywhere. Like I said, it's a societal thing, it's a social thing, it's a generational thing. But I just don't remember this kind of stuff being pushed quite as much when I was growing up. I really don't. And I don't know if maybe because I was just so not in the track of everybody else, because I'm a resident weirdo. I know that, and I'm very proud of it at this point, but honestly, I don't know if maybe I just wasn't aware of it and it's always been as bad as I think that it is today, or what, but it's just incredible. Like, everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to be an IG model, everybody wants to be followed on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, all that stuff. What do you keep hearing? Like, comment, subscribe, share, help for the algorithm, Like, everybody wants to become verified. Everybody wants to get endorsements. Everybody wants to be the next biggest thing. Everybody wants to be, a star. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to have the latest phone. Everybody wants to have the shiniest foreign car. Everybody wants the best of everything. And it's like, for what? What does that do? Okay, so you get it. Great. Now what? Okay, so you finally got your $40,000 Rolex watch. It sits on your arm for a few hours at a time, and it's not even one of the types of watches that you can wear with everything. It's like a limited edition. It's super sparkly. So okay. So then you get it, and okay. And don't come for me by saying, oh, well, some things are an investment. I already know that. I know art can be an investment. I know jewelry can be an investment. I know that. But come on, let's be honest. Most people who are, trying to chase stuff the way that mainstream is doing it, they're not doing it for, investment's sake. They're doing it because they see everybody else on social media do it. So it's just irritating to me. Oh, okay. So, yeah, so I'm not saying not to want nice things. I'm just saying to keep things in perspective. Listen, I go online and I peruse houses. Like, I want to be a homeowner one day, and I want to have a nice house. The dream house that I have, I actually have it in my day planner. I have the address. I'm not going to share the address because I don't want y'all to steal it from me, because you also have to manifest things. But I will tell you what is included in the house. Okay. Let me find it. I'm at 23 minutes. It's probably going to be a 30-minute video, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to do better at being more succinct. I was not going to share this part, but I am going to, because it just kind of goes along with stuff. Okay, my dream home. It is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom. It has a tennis court, a pool house, a workshop, a detached carport, a tree house, a sauna, a glam room, a swimming pool, which makes sense, a pool house, a swimming pool. It's gated, and it's 1 floor. It's 1 floor because I don't like stairs because of my bad name. Compliments of the accident. So a 4-4. It's just enough rooms and just enough bathrooms where, if I wanted family over, or I had in-laws, or my mom, or whoever wanted to visit, they had space. But I don't want, and I've looked at a lot of houses, and I've lived in I grew up in Atlanta. I've seen some houses, y'all. That being around monstrosities and all that stuff, that's not foreign to me. I even had very high profile, very wealthy clients, or I had students who were children of very wealthy, very, very wealthy parents. I've been around it. That stuff doesn't impress me to that extent. So I already know the type of house that I would want. Eventually, yeah, I would want a luxury car. And it would have all the bells and whistles. But I don't want it right now. I want it down the road. I want to be able to travel internationally. I'm looking at my list again. I want to be able to travel internationally. I want schedule flexibility. Yeah, those things are a dream of mine and goals that I want to work towards. However, I want those things. I want flexibility, and I want to be able to travel internationally because, one, I want to do philanthropy. Like, I would love, y'all, I have so many dreams of so many things. Like, I'm literally have been trying to get around to writing things down, like business plans and stuff like that, because it is like, I really want to manifest that. I want to go into philanthropy. I want to own, I said a business, but it would probably end up being a couple of businesses. I want to give back to my community, and by giving back, I do not mean donating money. That to me is the laziest way of giving back to your community, because giving back to your community is seen. Half the time, whenever you see a celebrity or someone of affluence or something give money, it goes to some random fund that most people have heard of, but you don't know where the funds go. You don't know what becomes of the plans of it. Like, people don't see where it goes. I want people to see how I'm giving back to my community. So me writing a $10,000 check, it's better spent if I'm physically there, buying the resources to rebuild the building, being there to oversee that everybody is getting fair pay, that the schedule is staying on track, that that they get healthy lunches while they're working, all of that stuff. Like, that's how I want to do things. One of my love languages is doing and acts of service. Don't do this. That is such a waste of time to me. I don't like that. But I'm caught between a rock and a hard place because, again, right now I'm in the quiet years of my building, meaning that I'm not there yet. I've come a long way. Don't get me wrong. I've come a long way, but I'm not there yet. But when I get there, when I have my dream house, when I get to have, because the car that's out there, when she gets paid off, I'm driving her till the wheels fall off. Okay? So she will still be there. She'll be my runaround, pick up supplies and everything for the businesses. But when I have my dream house, when I get to have my luxury car, when I'm to the point where I can travel internationally, when I have schedule flexibility, I'm going to use it for good. I'm not just going to sit there, flex on the gram and, bring, on amount of cash, or, oh, my chains, or, oh, or, clicky clacky and swishy, and I'm not making fun of people who do that stuff. I'm just saying that it's not edifying. If you sit down and really think about it, y'all, it's just, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Anyway, so to that, now I am not a person who typically likes to do research, but I enjoy reading research. I remember reading this article years and years ago about the correlations between money and happiness. And they actually also made a distinction between happiness and, or let's see. Oh, satisfaction or happiness and emotional well-being. So we'll talk about that. But there has been research done, and I'm gonna have to find it on here because I wrote it down somewhere and now I can't find it. But researchers from Purdue University and University of Virginia, I believe it is, did research on what amount of money people had to earn in order to reach peak life satisfaction. Aha! I found it. It is Purdue University and University of Virginia. So researchers found that people reached peak life satisfaction when they earned $95,000 a year. That's not even technically that much. Now, of course, those are numbers for a single person. So obviously, somebody with a family, that number would be in relation to, or that would be, yeah, in proportion to, raising a family. But if you think about it, $95,000 a year is not that much, y'all. It's really not that much. Life satisfaction, okay? Now, that's backed by research, okay? So I want to read part of this article, and it's fascinating to me. If y'all want to read the article for yourselves, it came out in 2018. If y'all want to read it for yourselves, get out of here. And these lyrics for that song came up again. If y'all want to read it for yourselves, message me. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube, but leave a comment and I'll send it to you, or how to search for it so you can find it on your own. So two different ones. There was an article that talked about it and cited the research, and then I found the research article itself. So let me start off with the actual article that I read first, and then go into the research. So the name of the article is "Here's How Much Money You Have to Make to Be Satisfied and Happy," and in italicized wording. I'm beginning to get tired, so forgive me. But I have to say this because I'm so passionate about it. It's only a fraction of the millions you dream about. So I'm going to cut out part of it just because it was just going over a lot of stuff. The researchers determined, let me go back. Psychology researchers from Purdue University and the University of Virginia crunched Gallup World Poll data and found that people reach peak life satisfaction when they earn $95,000 a year. The researchers determined this by examining self-reported income and life satisfaction data from 1.7 million people, listen to this, across 164 countries. So a lot of people would say, okay, well, that's just based in the U.S. No, they did a rather comprehensive research poll. It says, however, satisfaction is met differently from emotional well-being. Keep that in mind because we're going to get back to that. If you're satisfied, all of your needs have been met, but more money